We're starting off this video at the Dominion Observatory, one of the many heritage buildings you can find in Ottawa's Central Experimental Farm. There are 5 public areas to visit at the farm, one of which is this tropical greenhouse. Free admission, but closed to Saturdays. I was there on a Saturday, so I couldn't go in, but I could look in the windows. It offers a diverse collection of exotic tropical plants. It originally stood in Majors Hill Park, near the Parliament buildings, and was moved here in 1938, and it's a heritage building. Other public areas you can visit at the farm are the Arboretum, with over 2,000 varieties of trees dating back to 1889. A popular attraction for people taking wedding photos or having picnics. Other public attractions at the Central Experimental Farm include the ornamental gardens, with new and historic varieties of flowers and shrubs. Also, the Fletcher Wildlife Garden. And later in the video we'll get to see the Canada Agricultural and Food Museum to explore traditional farm life with the displays that they have there. They have a lot of tour groups going through there, mostly field trips for kids from the city who don't normally get to see where their food comes from. So this is an important place. Not only is it a working laboratory where they increase the yields for crops around Canada, but it's also an educational place for people, especially from urban areas, to learn where their food comes from and how it's done. The Experimental Farm is one of the National Capital's most visited tourist attractions. I often feel that it's underappreciated, especially by residents of Ottawa who have never visited or thought much about the rich history and successes here. Atlas Obscura calls it one of Canada's greatest treasures. It was established in the 19th century as the central research station for development of agriculture. Despite its long history and status of a national heritage site, the Central Experimental Farm is still a working scientific institution on the cutting edge of agricultural research. Its long history of successes extend to the present day. It's a living, working laboratory and a draw for tourists. It's a respite and educational destination for urban families who would not otherwise have access to learning about farm life and agriculture. A comforting oasis in the middle of an expanding urban area. An inviting place to picnic, bird watch, have wedding pictures taken, or have selfies next to the sunflower fields. It's also internationally recognized as an essential center for agricultural research. And much like Central Park in New York City, its proximity to urban areas provides health benefits to the occupants of those areas. This Discovery Park here is kind of an area where kids, maybe in school groups and etc., can walk around and relax and have a look at some of the signs and try some of the interactive playthings they have in here. A bit of a place to stop and sit down for adults, I guess. Learn a few things about agriculture. It's usually busier than this, but this is a cold day. You can see some of the snow coming down. They had some sort of interactive thing here where I think you pump water or something like that. All kinds of factoids on signage around everywhere. What's the beef? And this is the side entrance to the Food and Agriculture Museum. And there's an exhibit here. I'm not sure if this exhibit's here all the time. I think they change the exhibits up periodically. So this is an example of, how you learn where your food comes from. Different exhibit, different information on canola oil, where it comes from. They had this interesting sculpture here in the center of the room, kind of a ball-bearing roller coaster type thing through canola oil bottles. It was pretty neat, actually. A pretty good attempt at making canola oil exhibit more entertaining. Kids would like this, to look at that. I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool looking. Here's a painting of a bull named Hercules. That's a resident of the experimental farm. Now we're entering an exhibit on tractors. Very important in farming. An important innovation. Here I am sitting up in the tractor, looking kind of weird in my winter toque, overlooking the exhibit. And we're off. We're outside again, heading towards another part of the Agriculture Museum, Food and Agriculture. So yeah, let's check out this building. Lots of things to check out at the Central Experimental Farm in Ottawa, Canada. Canada's capital. What do we have in here? Something about food. Oh, let's go check it out. This is the Learning Center. Now this exhibit here was a bit peculiar to me. I couldn't quite make it out. It was some kind of mix between fake inventions, wild madcap inventions, and art, interactive art. I guess if you come up with wild inventions involving food and you're calling it art, sometimes you can accidentally come up with a good idea. And I guess that's what this exhibit's all about, is brainstorming ideas through art and invention. And it was food themed, so it fit in with the agriculture part of it. But a lot of these I had trouble understanding. They came with a little audio guide, and even then I found it confusing.
Spending so much time online, also while eating, one designer started creating online sensorial effects to influence flavor. Since the digital instruments became a hype and every day new effects are being posted. Digest rotten food, and the flavor was altered in a way they didn't actually taste any good. Still, it was a big step for people to overcome their disgust. Now, self-machines have made it possible for us consumers to pay fairer prices for our food. Self-owned machines do not have to earn more than they need to buy the raw materials and to sustain themselves.
But it's interesting. It's like an art piece to me, more of an art piece.
But this is something one can get used to. I do really appreciate that the food trade is out of human hands and has made way for a much more fair system, especially in developing countries.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to subscribe. Check out my other videos. Bye for now.